Hi and welcome to a new lecture in the RICS SPA Essentials course. This course is crafted in order to help those who want to get chartered under the quantity surveying route. This course helps the APC candidates to take their understanding of the different areas of competencies from level 1 knowing, going to level 2 doing, and then ending with level 3 advising. And in this lecture, we're going to be discussing quantification and costing of construction works, which is a core competency, up to level 3, which is advising. And our agenda for this lecture is going to be as follows. We're going to be starting level 1 by speaking about the most important components of interim valuations. We're going to be shedding some light on the valuation rules. We're going to be expanded on the final statement or certificate. We're going to be diving deeper into the Housing Grant Construction and Regeneration Act issued back in 1996 with some edits in 2011. And we have spoken previously about this act in the conflict avoidance and resolution lecture. We're going to be explaining what's meant by builds of quantities and how we can create them through methods of measurements, which we have previously discussed in the Design Economics and Cost Planning lecture. And we're going to be expanding on the NRM1 method of measurement. We're going to be also expanding on the international property measurement standards with the different versions of it, IPMS 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to be ending level 1 on a very good note by discussing the international cost management standards, which we have discussed in another lecture. And then level 2, I think the best way to tackle it is by providing a sample measurement on one of the most prominent pieces of software in the construction industry, which is CostX, created by RIB2. So we're going to be exploring one of the examples where you have a drawing or a set of drawings that are uploaded to the piece of software, and how you can create dimension groups in order to do the measurements, and then how you can export the measurements into a workbook, which can then be priced to create a cost plan or a BOQ. And the last section of this lecture is going to be level 3, which is advising. And I think the best way to tackle it is by providing a couple of them examples about how you can write your APC summary of experience up to the required levels within this area of competence. So starting with IPMS 1, it tackles the concept of the gross external area. So this means that for each and every single floor, the area of the floor is reported up to the outer face of the perimeter walls. So it accounts for everything in the floor or inside the floor. For example, the lifts, the internal walls and partitions, the areas of the columns, the beams, in addition to the actual thickness of the perimeter walls themselves, and not forgetting to mention the vertical penetration areas. So lift shafts, escalators, staircases. The exclusions in the gross external area would be the vehicle parking spaces which lie outside of the building itself, in addition to the roof terrace, because they will not form a part of the built-up area. Sometimes if you're in an airport, you might have a covered pathway to help the passengers avoid any sort of rain or side wind. So if your structure would have a covered pathway, that will be also excluded from the gross external area. The gross external area also excludes the open-sided balconies. And one would ask, why would we use the gross external area? The gross external area is quite useful if you're getting the planning permissions from the local council, and the local council also use the gross external area in order to be able to calculate the council tax that is going to be collected from the owner of the property. There's another use for the gross external area, which is a rough calculation of the overall cost of the building and providing some sort of like an order of cost estimate. And now moving to level 2, which is all about the doing. And I think the best way to tackle level 2 in this specific area of competence is to showcase how you can undertake the quantification and costing of the works at hand. So one of the most important piece of software in the market right now is CostX, which is produced by RIB2. And it's all about importing whether the BIM model or the PDFs for the drawings or the AutoCAD drawings themselves, the DWG files, and then the estimator or the quantity surveyor will have to create layers or dimension groups, and each and every single dimension group is going to be used for measuring specific bits and pieces. For example, on the screen we have a wide variety of them rooms, and the thing that is measured here is the area of the room. CostX allows the end user to make the best use of the area that is measured to extract
a wide variety of outputs, such as the overall perimeter of that specific area that has been measured, in addition to the wall area. For each and every single dimension group within CostX, you would be able to identify and determine the wall height. And if you have identified the wall height itself, it would be super easy to come up with a wide variety of measurements from only one single dimension group. And you can repeat this concept over the whole project or the different work packages that you're trying to quantify.
And this is all for this video, which is meant to be an extended trailer or a teaser. And if you want to have full access to the full length, the recorded videos, the notes, the presentations, and the question answer banks, do not hesitate to get enrolled on the APC Essentials course on the APC Mastery Path web portal, and you can make the best use of a coupon code which is APC35 for a 35% discount. All the best in your APC journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and catch you in the next video.